Was the worst year for a lot of us for our mental as well as physical health. So joining us this morning is best-selling author, coach Lisa Goldenthal.
Hello and welcome. I'm Lisa G, your host. You're at the top of your game, yet the game is changing faster than ever. Strategies that got you here aren't the ones that'll keep you here. The pressure is relentless, and the fear of obsolescence looms large. That's why I'm here. Welcome to the new podcast series, Disrupted: How to Be Gritty and Unlock Performance in Business, Mindset, Wellness, and Success to help you master disruption.
Thanks for coming, and I'll see you soon.
Hey guys, welcome to WholeCEO with Lisa G. I'm so excited today. We have Michael Ray of the Smile Project Louisville platform movement created to affect attitudes and behaviors through smiling with strangers. The oldest of 7 children, father of 4, seeing life just go through so many twists and turns. And after 20 years in tumultuous mortgage industry, the death of your twin son, the challenges of Maddie, your nonverbal special needs daughter, and divorce. I'm just so proud of you that you acted on a dream, inspiring others through small acts and turning that into the Smile Project Louisville. I follow you on LinkedIn. I love what you're up to in the world. I love that smiles are a universal language of positivity and happiness. And I know you have over like 33K followers on LinkedIn alone. So let's just jump right into it. And
I love diving in, baby. Come on.
I mean, like, who's going to waste time when we got somebody as happy and important as you are? So I know that your Smile Project was born out of pain in your story. Is there anything you want to talk about with your story about going from stuck to unstoppable? Because quite honestly, that is it.
Yeah, I think though, where I found myself in life is I have the constant of a kid who can't talk. And when you're a parent, you always want to hear I love you, and you don't. I had the beauty of a smile, but I was going through all those challenges and hardships, but had this constant beautiful thing that was always smiling to me. But I had to climb in my head and fix me. And I think when I really got to the breaking point for me, I had been taking antidepressants for almost 9 years after the death of my son. And I'm like, and I'm not trying to talk people out, I'm not taking them, but I'm like, I have to get well. And getting well, and getting to that point is getting in your mind and fixing you. And when you talk about being unstoppable, it's the same way when you get in the gym. When you got to lose weight and you want to get in shape, it takes time. So it's not like on a Friday afternoon, I go, I'm going to get my mind right, and by Monday, I'm this new human being. It doesn't work that way. But through time and doing things and consuming the right information. And I say, for me, it did take me a few years. But then I found myself in that position to create not only the amazing change that I saw in my life, but acting on an encounter from a drive-through at Wendy's.
What? Let's elaborate on this Wendy's thing. I didn't know
and that's basically what a lot of people don't know, is that it took 2 things to intersect. It took my daughter who can't talk to a stranger at a Wendy's, late one cold February morning when I went to get a couple of large chilies. And I saw how beautiful this short interaction was, because in my mind, I'm like, I'm a 48-year-old man getting ready to lose his job. What am I going to do with the rest of my life? And she made me feel so good.
Oh.
She made me feel so beautiful, but it doesn't start there. But you reflect on what it meant. And then in the coming days and weeks is when I started to do different things to bring joy to others through smiling And then as I started doing that over the course of about 6-8 weeks in 2018, I'm like, what am I doing? I feel so alive.
Wow.
Because I was taking pictures with strangers, smiling. And then I'm like, it's kind of like I'm doing this Smile Project.
I love your smile. I follow you on LinkedIn. And so is that what helped you become unstoppable, was actually you're smiling and making other people smile, and that lifted
I
your
did. I felt the energy, you know, and the emotions that came from smiling with strangers. And in these short moments that I was visiting with total strangers all over the city, because I never knew the when, the where, you know, that all of a sudden I was going to take a picture. And I found myself in these very short interactions asking somebody, I was very playful, and I'd be like, hey, what's amazing about you?
Oh,
And people
I
would be
love
like, what are
that.
you trying? Like, dude, I ain't. I'm like, no. And I got people talking about themselves, and then realizing and understanding, for me, what made me unstoppable was I started having more self-love for me, more confidence and self-esteem, and then feeding off of what other people were telling me about what was amazing about them. And then I started sharing it with the world on social media, because social media can be used for such good. And then the feedback that I was getting from people that started watching and seeing these pictures, and then it morphed and evolved into videos.
Wow. I love that you highlight people that are sort of down on their luck and you raise money to support them. What continues to support you in your mindset to be unstoppable through all life's ups and downs? And let's face it, we've all been through them lately.
Yeah.
our
I
lives.
think that I have found a place in which, for me, I have, brought to light such joy and happiness through the simplicity of life, that it's that saying, less is more. So for me, I find it in the relationships that I have with people. And first and foremost, that's that inner circle of my friends and family. They bring me such great joy. And then what I feel when I go to a stranger, and a lot of times I utter these words, we smile and we make others smile because life is hard. It's not easy. So for those who choose to be positive through it, and that energy and love that I feel from complete strangers in those moments, I just come alive. I absolutely come alive, and the joy that I get then in sharing part of their story with the world, and then seeing thousands of people react and watch how, and that's what I say with what I do. I'm always the same. Occasionally you get Maddie, but what people, they come in, they never know then the who. Well, who is he with today? Why? What's going on in their life? Whether it's a single mother who lost their job, or somebody battling cancer, no matter what the circumstances are, with people. And what I've discovered is that, look, life's not perfect. It isn't easy, but it's good.
I love it. In light of all you've been through and the people that I've seen you highlight in your videos, and they can still smile in light of having so little, or having been through struggle, losing their house, cancer, family member. How do they keep going? And why do we, who have so much in comparison, get so stuck? And
it is so true, because this is sometimes what I have had to process for myself and others as I went through those challenges in life. Why do some people just have it so much easier? It is when you start playing that comparison game, and again, it's what we fill our heads with. It's not about what they're going through. You can't sit there and compare their journey to yours, and we can make choices.
Right.
Even though, again, life for some is harder. And I've been with some people who've gone through so many challenging things, but yet have remained insanely positive. And I think when I've seen that at times, it's because they have felt so much love from other in the relationships that they have in their life. And that's the one thing that I tell people about about my daughter, Maddie, who has Down syndrome, who can't talk. And that is she's so much more perfect than you and I because she looks at life differently. She doesn't chase happiness. She wakes up happy.
Wow.
You know, we are in the rat race, and a lot of times it's I don't want to diminish money and material, you know, the material things in life, but we chase a lot of that stuff because we think that's how we're defined. But yet with her, she wakes up and she's with family, and life is good. She doesn't live in fear and anxiety and have when COVID hit last year, I turned her and laughed, and I'm like, you don't care, because she can't process it. So therefore, then there's not the emotions that you and I have going, well, holy crap, I can't go to the grocery store. I mean, you know, or
there's no toilet paper. Like,
there's no TP. I'm going to go wipe my backside, you know.
Oh my gosh. So you learned from her and her simple
I have, and I tell people multiple things. I give her street credit in that she saved my life. You know, she's taught me next level patience. You know, when you deal with somebody with special needs who can't talk, and again, those needs go well beyond not talking, you have to. The role is just much slower, you know, in what we have to do just with the daily routine. But for her, she finds just this, it's like she lives in constant joy.
I love that.
It's day in and day out, because again, for her, less is more, because that joy and happiness is just found in the relationships with the people we have in our lives.
Oh, what a wonderful note to end on. I think that you are the one who's bringing joy to so many people. You're the one why she wakes up in the morning happy, because of the relationship that you have. Is there any last word you want to leave our audience about relationships?
I will. And there's one singular quote that resonates more than the thousands I've read in my lifetime. That is, people will forget what you said. They will forget what you did, but they won't forget how you made them feel.
True.
So make somebody feel just through the simplicity of a smile.
Thank you, Michael Ray. I love that. And where can people find you and help support your awesome cause? Because the Smile Project Louisville is a great cause.
So website, smileprojectlouisville.com. Find me on social media, LinkedIn, Michael Ray, Facebook, Smile Project Louisville. So we appreciate everything that everyone does for us.
Oh, thank you, Michael Ray, for being on WholeCEO.
Hey, it's a two-way street. Thank you for having me.
I'll see you soon.
See you, girl.